Welcome home. This weekend we're excited to begin again the public resumption of Masses throughout our diocese and here in the parishes of St. Ignatius and St. Mary's. The following video is going to explain the process and procedures for coming to Mass in our parish during this time in the midst of the pandemic.
One thing we're going to ask of you to do each week in preparation for coming Mass is to go on our parish website and to click on this link that says click here to sign up for Mass. That link will lead you to a simple page that just asks your name, your phone number, which Mass you wish to attend, and how many in your party. That'll let us know you're coming. Because we have a limited number of seats in the church due to social distancing, this is really important. We want to be ready to welcome you, and we want to make sure we have a seat before you arrive. If for some reason the Mass that you're signing up is full, we'll let you know before you come. If you do not have access to the internet, of course you're welcome to call the office. But if at all possible, we would very much prefer that you use the parish website. Otherwise, we're going to get 400 calls every single week. But again, if you need to call, no worries at all.
At all of our weekend Masses inside St. Martin Church, we're going to ask people, as we did last weekend, those who are able to park here in the back parking lot of the church. Those with mobility issues or mobility impaired, of course, will be invited, as always, to park in the spots specially reserved outside of the rectory and on the hill in the front, by the front doors of the church. When you enter the church this weekend and the upcoming weekends, we're going to ask everyone to enter through the front of the church. The reason for that is so that our ushers can help make sure that everyone finds an appropriate seat that's appropriately spaced in the church, and also to help us streamline this process so there's no confusion. We know it's a long walk. For those who will be parked in the back parking lot, as you make your way to the front of the church, we've laid these cones here just for added safety, so that those driving in will know that you're walking here. But I'm going to give you a little hint. As you walk by the rectory, be sure and wave to Bandit. He'll be looking out the window from inside. And so give him a wave as you make your way in. And if you're lucky, he might even give you a woof back. Kind of like in the Boston Marathon, here we have Heartbreak Hill. As you get close to the church, make sure to have your sneakers on, because it's a little bit of a hike up the hill. Things that the bishop has asked of us, and our state and local health officials, is that those who attend Mass wear a mask. I don't know about you, I hate wearing masks too, but it's something we all need to do. So, if you're here to attend Mass, we're going to ask you to bring a mask with you. If you don't have one, we have extra masks available in the front entrance of the church. We also have masks available for young children over the age of 2. As children under the age of 2 are advised not to wear masks when at church. Arrive at the front doors of the church. There'll be ushers here to help. But I think for most of us, we'll know what to do. When you do enter the church, of course there'll be hand sanitizer to sanitize your hands. I'm going to give you a little hint. Don't put too much. This hand sanitizer is too generous. When you do enter the church each week throughout this pandemic, we'll have an offertory box, as there will be no collection taken during Mass. We very much appreciate your support. The reason we're not taking the collection for Mass, of course, is we don't want to be passing a basket and passing more than the basket with our germs. So when you do come in, we very much appreciate your support of our parish community. Beginning this weekend, we'll be offering Masses here at St. Martin Church at 4 o'clock on Saturday, at 7, 9, and 11 on Sunday. All the celebrations of Masses here in the church the weekend will be done to the utmost safety and all the recommendations of the CDC and state and local health officials. All seating here in the church will be socially distanced 6 feet apart at a minimum between anyone who is seated here that has not come to Mass together in one party. One of the hardest things about coming to Mass during a pandemic is that everything's changed. I understand. It's hard too. I miss all of us in our 3 churches and all the places that we used to be. We're all going to have to make the best of this together. All of our Masses in the immediate future will be celebrated here at St. Martin Church. The reason for that is St. Martin Church is the biggest of all of our churches, and it's also the only one fully equipped with live streaming. that allows this Mass to go into the homes of all those who are not comfortable or able to come to celebrate Mass with us at this time. I look forward to the time when we can return to all of the churches and all of our different parishes. But in the immediate future, we'll be here because this is the way that allows us to get to the most home and allow the most people to come here to celebrate the Mass. Now, one of the first changes that you'll notice is in the church, we have certain seats reserved and designated and certain pews that are closed off as to allow the most maximum social distancing and to safely allow the most people possible to be in the church. The hard part will be is if you're used to going to St. Martin Church, your favorite pew might be closed for business. One of the things that you'll notice throughout the church is we have these little smiley faces. These smiley faces indicate where people are invited to sit. And to the best of our ability, we've tried to anticipate the distribution of how many people come to church in couples, singles, families, fours, threes, fours, fives, sixes. That's hard. We've done our best to guess on how to use that formula, but there's no perfect formula. We appreciate your understanding here. You might be a back row person that's asked to go in the front row. Or you might be a front row person that's asked to go in the back. Our ushers are going to be here to help you find the seat that matches the numbers of your parties. It's like a big puzzle, but it's not a fun one. We appreciate your understanding as they try the best they can, as we say, to maximize seating, but also to maintain fully the social distancing that it's important for all of us to remember. You are sick, a member of your family is sick, or quite frankly, you're unsure whether you might in fact have COVID-19, we're going to ask you to stay home. If you've experienced a fever, if you've experienced a cough, we really cannot afford to take any chances. And we know that you'll understand as all of us work together to best protect all the members of our community. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. And you probably deserve an award because it's a long one. But thank you for not only watching this video, but for your faith and your devotion and for the hunger that you have to come back to Mass. We look forward to welcoming you home this weekend and in the weeks ahead. God bless.